Well, the Lisbon Treaty is back to us again. Nothing's changed, not a single comma has changed in the document. It's obviously an offence to democracy to do this. At least between Nice 1 and 2 there was a general election, so there could those asking people to vote for it could have claimed that there was a mandate to run it a second time. There was no such mandate with Lisbon. Lisbon is the European Constitution. There is not one law that could have been made under the European Constitution that cannot be made under the Lisbon Treaty. The name was changed and a few other minor adaptations were made, basically mixing things up so that the French and Dutch could avoid holding second referendums, because we all know the majority of people in France and the Netherlands voted no to this same anti-democratic formula. I'm a pro-European. I believe in the European Union. I want a strong and successful Europe. I don't want an unelected president of Europe representing 500 million people on the global stage and purporting to speak for us, and that's what the Lisbon Treaty would give us. I don't want a foreign and security minister responsible for the foreign security and defence policy of the Union who's not accountable to voters anywhere in Europe. I don't want to transfer the 60 key areas of sovereignty away from Ireland and other member states and to Brussels, giving it to people who never have to ask us for a vote ever. I don't want to agree to Articles 48 and 352, which means that this deal can be changed after the fact and they never have to ask us again for a vote. I don't want to give the EU powers to raise its own taxes, which is done in an article in the treaty, I think it's 311 or 351, that allows the Union to raise its own revenues and resources. We should not give that power to people that we cannot vote for or against. This is a fundamentally anti-democratic formula. If we hand these powers away, we can never get them back again by voting for or against anybody at a ballot box. If we voted yes, this would in effect end democracy as we know it in Europe. It's nothing good for the economy in this treaty, for the Ireland's economy. The Financial Times leading yes man, Wolfgang Manchow, described it as a pre-crisis treaty for a post-crisis world. He said, and I quote, "I too find the treaty increasingly hard to defend with a straight face." The Wall Street Journal absolutely slammed the Irish government and Mr Lenihan for basically completely misrepresenting that this treaty could do something for Ireland's economy when it cannot. In fact, it would be detrimental because we would hand over decision-making power in foreign direct investment policy, industrial policy, commercial policy, and many other areas to people in Brussels we can never hold to account. People that say, well, what about Intel saying that we should vote yes? Intel were fined over €1 billion earlier this year by the unelected European Commission. They're trying to get some of that money back at the moment, and they're at the mercy of the European Commission. Mick O'Leary, amusingly, on television yesterday on Ireland's TV3 business programme, said that one of the reasons he was calling for a yes vote was so that this, as he described, incompetent government would allow him to take over Aer Lingus. Those were his words, not mine. The fact is that the Irish people are much smarter than these elites give them credit for. We have been suffering with media bias. The Broadcasting Commission had the audacity to come out and say the no side should have less of the airtime and print media space. It's coming out at around 20–25%, something like that. Bearing in mind that a vast majority of the people, 54% of the people, voted no, and yet somehow those people only get to be represented in 20 or 25% of the airtime. It was, I think, the East German government a long time ago that said that the government had lost confidence in its people, and we're seeing this again. I think that we're going to see a great movement for change here on Friday in Ireland and across Europe when the Irish people once again vote for a free Europe, for a democratic Europe, for a strong European Union built on the decent platform of democratic accountability.